Another big story that we have been covering over the last week. President Biden says the U.S. government does believe that missing American journalist Austin Tice is alive and that his administration is committed to bringing him home following the ousting of Syria's president. Biden telling reporters, quote, "We think we can get him back," while acknowledging that, quote, "we have no direct evidence of his status." Tice did disappear in August of 2012 at a checkpoint west of Damascus. A video released weeks after Tice went missing, and we're not going to show it, but it did show him blindfolded and held by armed men, though Syria has publicly said time and time again they are not holding him. A lot of questions about all of this. I do want to bring in Naomi Tice, Austin's sister, joining us live to talk more about her brother. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk more about Austin.
Of course. And I do want to start by talking about Austin. Tell me about your brother and your understanding of what happened to him back in 2012.
Yeah, absolutely. So Austin is my oldest brother. There's 7 of us kids all together. So I'm the 6th. And I mean, he is such an amazing man. So he is a Marine Corps captain, a Georgetown University graduate, and also, he was in Georgetown Law at the time. And so Austin really went over to Syria because he strongly believed that he had the skills necessary to share the story of the Syrian people. He went to Syria the summer of 2012 because he was getting frustrated by the lack of reliable news that was coming out of the region. And he just really felt like it was important for people to understand better what was going on there at the time. And actually, he was heading back to the United States. He was starting that journey home to resume his 3rd year at Georgetown Law when he was detained at a checkpoint. And like you mentioned, we pretty much immediately lost contact with him and didn't hear from anything about his status or anything else like that for about a month before that video was released.
Do you believe Syria's claim, as they've said countless times, that they have no involvement in this? Does the family believe that that is the case?
So we strongly believe that former President Bashar al-Assad knows exactly where Austin is. One of our requests to the U.S. government is for them to call Assad and to ask exactly where is Austin so that we can get him home as quickly as possible. So we believe that he knows where he is. We believe that President Joe Biden is capable of reaching out to Assad at this time, and we are really imploring that he does that as soon as possible.
And of course, we are popping up these photos here that do show your brother, Austin Tice. Now, earlier this week, an American was actually freed and initially mistaken for Austin. Others also freed there. So I wanted to ask, does that give your family any sort of maybe renewed hope for a safe return? And have you held on to that hope now for these past 12 years?
Yeah, so we are so happy for Travis's family that they are reunited and that Travis is on his way back to them. Also, I think it really demonstrates, nobody knew that he was being detained at that time. And so he had simply disappeared into the Syrian prison system, which is similar to Austin, right? So Austin has been gone for 12 years. We are seeing people who have been disappeared for like Travis, a few months or even decades. And so we know that Austin is still alive. We know that it is possible for him to walk free again. And so we also saw that Travis was treated well when he was found, right? He was fed, he was given the resources that he needed to reach out and get back connected with his family. And so all of those things are things that we hope for Austin.
Do you believe that enough attention has been paid to your brother over the last 12 years? We are hearing, of course, a lot about him over the past week or so as, there's been the downfall, the ousting of Syria's president. But has enough attention been paid to him over the last 12 years?
So I think for us, the real question is, why has he not been returned yet? So we understand, there's been 3 administrations since Austin was initially detained, and we know that the U.S. government is capable of bringing Americans home. And so I think the lingering question, the ongoing question for us has simply been, why has it not been Austin? Why has everything not been done to bring him home? We know that it's possible. We know that it's feasible. And so I think there's a lot of frustration that hasn't happened yet. And we are really hoping that that changes today, right? So this is a very different, this is a very unique opportunity. Nothing like this has happened in Syria since Austin has been detained. And we are just basically imploring everyone who could possibly help to do so at this time so that this is the time that we see Austin walk free.
And I do want to take down the banner so people can actually see your shirt there that has your brother on it. Can you tell me about the shirt and the hashtag Free Austin Tice?
Yes, absolutely. So this trip, the reason that we're actually all in DC right now is something that was been planned starting in July of this year, recognizing that this was going to be a really crucial time to remind people about Austin, for us to, come and be together at the beginning of December. And we also knew that we were going to be meeting with a lot of different government officials. And so my mom designed this T-shirt really with the goal of anywhere that we were going and anyone that we were meeting with, this message of please, free my brother, my nieces and nephews have free my uncle on their shirts, which we just really wanted that to be front and center, that Austin is a part of a large family that is very close, that misses him very, very much. And we just wanted to highlight that. So he's not, just a number. He's not just a journalist. He is a family. He is a brother. He's an uncle. He is a son. And I think that's something that's really important that we are able to share and we are able to communicate as well.
My last question here before I let you go. What message do you want to get across to people there in Syria or who maybe were in Syria that have some information that could help the family and the government to get Austin back? What message do you have for them?
Yes, I mean, we are just asking that anyone who has information comes forward. There are several organizations that are working within Damascus, including Hostage Aid Worldwide, that are direct points of contact for anyone who has any information. Please share it directly with them, share it with news agencies that are in the area. Please just anything that you think that you may know. All of that information is extraordinarily important to us.
All right, Naomi Tice, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and to talk more about your brother. Is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
I just want to add that, Austin, we love you so much. We are waiting for you to come home and we are so eager for you to be back with us. And thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to, Josh, to tell his story.
Of course, and thank you so much for taking the time to join us here. Our thoughts, our prayers are with you and your family and hoping for Austin's safe return. Thank you again.
Thank you.